You did everything right. You showed up. You were loyal. You were patient. You gave them time, energy, pieces of yourself you can't get back. And then one day, they introduced someone new, a new friend, a new partner, a new person who seemed to get all the warmth and attention you spent months trying to earn. And something broke inside you, not because you were replaced, but because it happened so easily. Like you were a phone case they'd already grown tired of. Like the years meant nothing. Like you meant nothing. And here's the thing no one tells you. That feeling wasn't an accident. It wasn't just bad luck or bad timing. That feeling, it was engineered. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why narcissists do this. Let's start at the very beginning, because the replaceable feeling doesn't start when the new person shows up. It starts on day one. When you first met this person, they were magnetic. They made you feel uniquely chosen. They remembered small details. They texted back fast. They looked at you like you were the most interesting human they'd ever encountered. Psychologists call this phase love bombing. But what most people don't explain is why it works so deeply. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine you've been hiking for hours. You're dehydrated, tired, completely drained. And suddenly, someone hands you an ice-cold drink. Not just any drink your favorite. It's perfect. It's exactly what you needed. That drink doesn't just taste good. It feels extraordinary because of what came before it. The contrast makes it feel like the best thing you've ever had. That's what a narcissist does in the beginning. They read what you're starving for. Validation, connection, to feel truly seen, and they hand it to you, perfectly calibrated. But here's the part that changes everything. Once you're hooked, once you've started rearranging your schedule, your thoughts, your emotional world around this person, they slowly start pulling back. Not all at once. That would be too obvious. They cancel a plan. They take longer to reply. They seem slightly less interested than they were yesterday. And your brain, which is wired to notice threats and solve problems, goes into overdrive. What did I do wrong? How do I get back to how it was? How do I get them to look at me that way again? You start working harder. You start being more agreeable, more available, more careful. And this is the trap. Because the harder you work, the more you communicate one silent message: I need you to tell me I'm enough. And a narcissist knows instinctively that this is exactly where they want you. Now let's talk about the actual tool they use to make you feel replaceable. And it's not cruelty for cruelty's sake. It's something far more calculated: intermittent reinforcement. Here's what that means in plain language. Picture a vending machine. You put money in, you get a snack every time. Predictable, reliable, easy. Now you stop caring much about that vending machine. It's just there. It does what it does. You don't think about it. But now imagine a different machine. Sometimes it gives you the snack. Sometimes it takes your money and gives you nothing. And occasionally, completely randomly, it gives you 2 snacks. Which machine are you more obsessed with? The unpredictable one, every single time. This is basic behavioral psychology, and narcissists, whether they've studied it or not, operate on this principle naturally. They give you warmth, then withdraw it. They compliment you, then ignore you. They make you feel chosen, then act like you're invisible. And your brain, desperate to find the pattern, desperate to solve the inconsistency, becomes completely preoccupied with them. This is also why you can't stop thinking about them even when they're treating you badly. It's not weakness. It's not stupidity. It's your brain doing exactly what brains are designed to do: chase the uncertain reward. Now add one more layer to this. During the withdrawal phases, the cold periods, narcissists will often make passing references to other people. My coworker told me something really interesting today. Said with a small smile, "Oh, Peter and I have been talking a lot lately." These aren't accidental. These are precisely placed signals. And what they do is activate a very primal part of you: the fear of social exclusion, the fear of being left behind. Suddenly, you're not just worried about what you did wrong, you're measuring yourself against a ghost. Someone you can't see, can't compete with, don't even fully know is real. And that is exactly where the narcissist has maximum power. The narcissist making you feel replaceable has nothing to do with your actual value. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine someone who collects rare, handmade pottery. Each piece is genuinely beautiful. Each one took skill and time to create. But this collector, they don't actually love the pottery. They love the collecting. They love the moment of acquisition. They love the envy of others when they show off their collection. The moment a piece is securely theirs, fully in their possession, it loses its excitement. So they start eyeing the next piece. And if you looked at the pottery they've moved on from sitting in the back of a shelf, you might think what was wrong with it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The pottery didn't change. The collector's psychology did. Narcissists relate to people the same way. They don't pursue connection, they pursue conquest. They don't want a partner, they want a mirror that constantly reflects back how exceptional they are. And once you stop being new, once you start having your own bad days, your own needs, your own complexity, you stop serving that function as powerfully. So they turn the dial. They introduce uncertainty. They hint at replacements. They recalibrate the dynamic so that you go back to striving, back to performing, back to being that perfectly admiring mirror. It's not that you became less. It's that they needed you to feel like you did so, that you'd work harder to prove you hadn't. Now, here's where it gets really important. Even after the relationship ends, even after months or years, a lot of people still carry this feeling of being replaceable. They bring it into new friendships, new relationships, new jobs. They find themselves over-explaining, over-apologizing, constantly watching for signs that they're about to be discarded. Why? Because the brain learns from experience. And what this relationship taught your brain at a very deep level is that connection is fragile, that you have to earn your place, and that someone always has the power to decide you're not enough. This is called a schema, a mental blueprint formed by repeated emotional experience. And once it's built, it starts filtering everything. A friend takes a day to reply to a message, old feeling, they're probably pulling away. A partner seems distracted during dinner, old feeling, I'm losing them. A colleague gets more praise in a meeting, old feeling, I'm falling behind. None of these things are what they seem. But the schema interprets them through the lens of what you survived. And this is why healing from a narcissistic relationship isn't just about moving on from the person. It's about dismantling the false beliefs that got built inside you while you were trying to survive them. So what do you actually do with all of this? First, name what happened, not to keep replaying it, but to stop your brain from making it mean something about you. Second, start noticing where this schema is still running in your current life. Not to judge yourself, but to catch the moment your brain tries to reinterpret normal human behavior as rejection. When you notice it, pause. Ask, is this actually evidence that I'm being discarded? Or is my old wiring misfiring? Third, and this is the one most people skip, rebuild your sense of value from the inside. Here's what I mean. During a narcissistic relationship, your sense of worth gets externalized. It lives in their approval, in their attention, and whether they're warm to you today. Rebuilding means slowly through small, consistent actions, proving to yourself that your value exists independently of anyone's reaction to you. You keep the promise you made to yourself. You help someone with no expectation of recognition. You sit with your own company and don't immediately need someone to validate what you're feeling. Small moments, but they compound, and eventually the center of gravity shifts back from them, back to you. You were never replaceable. You were simply in a dynamic specifically designed to make you feel like you were, because that feeling kept you focused on them, working for them, orbiting around them. The moment you understand that, everything reframes. You weren't discarded because you weren't enough. You were too much, too real, too human for someone who only wanted a reflection. And the right people, the genuinely connected ones, they're not looking for a reflection. They're looking for exactly the complicated, layered, unrepeatable person you already are. If this video helped you see something clearly, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And drop a comment below. I read every single one. See you in the next one.